After Kamala Harris gave her speech last night at the DNC, one Catholic author is raising concern over her previous anti-Catholic statements. One America's Jack Posobiec has more from Washington.
We're excited to welcome back to One America News Taylor Marshall. He is a Catholic author and is now also a member of the advisory board Catholics for Trump. Taylor, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Dr. Marshall, I wanted to get you on to get your thoughts about the Democrats' new choice for the vice presidential nominee, Senator Kamala Harris.
Well, with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, we now have the most pro-abortion ticket in the history of the United States. And that's alarming on one hand. On the other hand, Kamala Harris is on record for saying things that are inflammatory against Christians, in particular against Catholics. In 2018, you may have remembered that during the nomination of Brian Bushner, she tried to disqualify him, and she's by identifying him as a member of the Knights of Columbus. And the Knights of Columbus are like a charitable organization for Catholic men. They make pancakes after Mass. They do fundraising. They do fundraising to redo the facade of St. Peter's, the Vatican. But she asks him, since 1993, you have been a member of the Knights of Columbus, an all-male society comprised primarily of Catholic men. In 2016, Carl Anderson, leader of the Knights of Columbus, described abortion as a, quote, legal regime that has resulted in more than 40 million deaths. Mr. Anderson went on to say that abortion is the killing of the innocent on a massive scale. Were you aware that the Knights of Columbus oppose women's rights to choose when you joined the organization? So you can see here that she's using this. It's essentially a club for men that helps them in life insurance. In the old days, protected them from secret societies, the KKK. She's using this to disqualify him from public office, basically his membership as a Catholic.
And so what kind of message does that send to Catholics around the country? Obviously, we're looking at this in terms of an election. Saying these kind of Catholic statements, anti-Catholic statements, doesn't sound like something that you want to be doing when you're going for a key swing demographic.
Well, that's the thing. Joe Biden presents himself as the Catholic candidate, and then his vice president is questioning whether anyone can run for public office if they essentially belong to the Catholic Church. I mean, never mind the Knights of Columbus. The Catholic Church officially says abortion is a sin, moral sin, and shouldn't be allowed. So if that's her criteria for holding any public office, she has essentially said Catholics are out of the game, except for Joe Biden, my running mate, who denies that Catholic teaching and yet still presents himself as a Catholic. It's confusing.
The last time I had you on, you said that there is a war on Christianity. In fact, the President of the United States saw that interview. He tweeted it out. Do you think that war is still going on?
It's intensified. I mean, we now have Joe Biden, who presents himself as a Catholic, he's the language devout Catholic, but his policies with regard to marriage, with regard to family, with regard especially to the pro-life issue and abortion, he is 100% opposed to natural law, the moral tradition of the United States, and Christianity. And he's brought on a running mate who is even more so.
Harrowing stuff. Dr. Taylor Marshall, thank you so much for joining us again. One American News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.